Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are talking about a moment that had everyone holding their breath and then finally exhaling all at once. Zach and Whitney Bates have officially welcomed their sixth baby, and what happened inside that delivery room is something no one saw coming. In this video, we are breaking down the emotional birth story that quickly turned from intense and nerve-filled into one of the most beautiful and relieving moments they have ever shared. From Zach stepping into a role that completely changed the energy in the room, to Whitney's reaction the second she held her baby. This is the kind of story that pulls you in and does not let go. Let's get into every detail and see why this moment feels so different and so unforgettable. Exciting news is once again coming from Zach Bates and Whitney Bates, who have just welcomed their sixth child into the world. This moment is not just another addition to their growing family, but one of the most emotional and memorable experiences they have chosen to share publicly. Through a carefully curated collaboration post filled with intimate details, the couple offered a deeply personal look into a birth story that feels noticeably different from their previous ones. From the very beginning, the content stands out because Zach is not simply present, but actively involved in the medical process itself, something rarely seen in birth content shared on social media. With strong visual storytelling and layered narration, this post feels less like a casual update and more like a thoughtfully constructed chapter in their family journey. In the video, Zach is seen wearing full medical attire inside the delivery room, stepping far beyond the typical role of a supportive partner. Under the guidance of medical staff, he actively participates in the delivery, even helping to bring their baby into the world and placing her directly onto Whitney's chest. That moment alone becomes one of the most emotionally charged highlights of the entire post. Zach's expression, filled with pride and awe, captures something raw and genuine that immediately resonates. At the same time, Whitney is visibly overwhelmed, tearing up as she holds her newborn for the very first time. The interaction between mother and baby is presented in such an intimate way that it pulls viewers directly into the moment, making it feel both personal and deeply shared. The emotional weight of the video is further strengthened by Whitney's own caption, where she reflects on the experience in her own words. She wrote, "One of the sweetest birth experiences I've had, filled with moments that I will relive a million times. Nothing in this world compares to that first moment holding your new baby, and from my very first birth when Dr. Vic helped him with Bradley, this has been one of the most precious, overwhelming, and unforgettable experiences of my births every single time. Dr. Martin and her staff made every moment so special, and we cannot thank them and Fort Sanders Hospital enough for all of the work they did to make this birth so amazing." Her words do more than express happiness. They frame this birth as something deeply meaningful within the larger timeline of her life as a mother. By referencing her first birth with Bradley, she subtly connects the beginning of her motherhood journey to where she is now, creating a sense of continuity that adds emotional depth to the story. What makes this even more compelling is how Whitney followed up with another post that shifts the tone entirely. While the first video centers on intensity and the peak emotional moment of delivery, the second post leans into calmness and reflection. In that caption she shared, "April 24th at 3:23, our world got even sweeter. Me and baby are healthy and doing so good. Zach and I can't say thank you enough for all of the love and prayers y'all have poured over us last couple days. We are in our newborn bubble and I never want to leave. The last few days have been some of the sweetest of my life. I can't wait to share more with y'all. Thanking Jesus for all his blessings on me and my little family." This shift introduces a softer emotional layer, where the focus is no longer on the intensity of birth, but on the quiet joy that follows. The phrase newborn bubble perfectly captures that feeling of being wrapped in a private, almost suspended moment of happiness. Visually, the second post unfolds like a carefully structured story. It moves from Zach holding their baby with unmistakable pride, to Whitney gazing at her daughter with a calm and content expression, and then into more clinical moments such as the baby being weighed and examined. Even small details like the footprint documentation add a symbolic touch, blending emotional intimacy with formal milestones. Nothing feels random or out of place, as each image contributes to a larger narrative arc. The skin-to-skin moments, in particular, stand out as some of the most powerful visuals, reinforcing the bond between mother and child in a way that feels both natural and deeply moving. The response from the Bates family adds another layer that strengthens the entire narrative. Carlin Stewart commented with a focus that immediately draws attention back to Zach, writing, "The way he was so proud," and later adding, "What a beautiful miracle." You could just feel the joy in the room. Her words do more than celebrate the baby. They highlight the emotional dynamic unfolding in that space. Josie Baca described the experience as, "This is the most tender, beautiful birth," and also reacted with, "How precious," reinforcing the soft and heartfelt tone that defines the entire moment. Meanwhile, Lawson Bates kept it simple with "Congrats," which still carries weight as part of the collective family support. Katie Clark added anticipation into the mix with "Can't wait to meet her," subtly reminding everyone that this story is still unfolding beyond what has been shared so far. Zach himself also joined the conversation, leaving a comment that shifts the spotlight in a meaningful way. He wrote, "I hope she grows up to be just like her mama," which gently redirects attention from the newborn to Whitney as a mother. This kind of statement adds depth to the narrative, reinforcing Whitney's role not just as someone who gave birth, but as a central figure in the family's identity. It elevates the moment from a simple birth announcement into a broader celebration of motherhood. The combination of visuals, captions, and comments works together seamlessly, creating a cohesive and emotionally layered story. Followers quickly filled the comment section with reactions that mirror the tone set by both the couple and their family. Many described the moment as beautiful, emotional, and deeply touching, with some openly admitting that they were moved to tears. Comments like "Such a beautiful experience, can't wait to hear her sweet name," and "What an absolute dream" show how effectively the content resonates on an emotional level. Others focused on Whitney, praising her strength and presence with remarks like, "You look amazing, Whitney," and "You are superwoman mama." There is also a noticeable presence of faith-based responses such as "God is good," which reflects a shared value system between the couple and their audience. Altogether, the comment section becomes an extension of the story itself, filled with warmth and affirmation. Interestingly, despite clearly revealing the baby's face, the couple has not yet announced her name. This detail creates a sense of anticipation that keeps the audience engaged and looking forward to what comes next. Several followers have already expressed their excitement about eventually learning her name, signaling that the story is far from over. This approach allows the couple to maintain momentum without overwhelming their audience with too much information at once. It is a subtle but effective way of extending the life cycle of the content. Looking at the bigger picture, these posts show that Zach and Whitney are not simply sharing moments from their lives. They are crafting a narrative that feels complete and intentional. From the intensity of the birth itself to the calm and intimate bonding that follows, each piece fits into a larger story. The added support from family and the overwhelmingly positive response from followers only amplifies that narrative. What emerges is something far more impactful than a standard birth announcement. It becomes a shared emotional experience that continues to unfold, drawing people in and keeping them invested in what comes next. So, what do you think about the way Zach and Whitney shared this moment and everything that came with it? Did this birth story feel different to you compared to their previous ones, or was it the emotional reactions and family support that made it stand out even more? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, because this is one of those moments that truly lingers long after you watch it. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to keep following their story as it continues to unfold, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.